Greetings everyone, sluzzle699 here, casting for my cousin, sluzzle699. He's playing some Turtle Mage. So Turtle Mage is one of the hot new decks in both Standard and Wild. This specific list is a pretty normal list, so it's got your Depth Charge, your Glacial Shard, your Doomsayer, your Explosive Sheep to help you with the early game aggression. You've got your Mad Scientist to pull your Ice Block. You want to have an Ice Block active so that you can use your Cloud Prince to deal 6 damage multiple times. You've got your Gluttonous Ooze, which is very helpful against Kingsbane Rogues and Q-Blocks. You've got your Arcane Keysmith just to get some extra value, get some random secrets. The Escape Mana Saber is really strong. It can sometimes help you get your Turtle and Pilgrim out a turn or two early. You may also have the coin. Lawkeeper Poor Celt is there to help you get your Pilgrim early or on time, but do be very careful. I typically don't like to play the Poor Celt unless I have the Sphere of Sapience in hand, because the issue is that you start drawing your deck backwards and then you draw your Potions of Illusion and you lose the game because he can't do anything. Well, that was a quick little first game for Sluzzle. He didn't really do anything, so that's just kind of an example where he just stalls and wins. Now, how exactly does this deck win? So how the deck wins is you play Turtle and Pilgrim, and you choose Potion of Illusion. Now notice in this deck list there are only 3 spells. There's your Ice Block, there is your Frost Nova, and there's your Potion of Illusion. So this guarantees that Turtle and Pilgrim will always give you one of those 3 spells you want, unless you're unlucky and you draw both of them. Don't do that. Now, there are various win conditions you can use, so you kind of pick a path as you go, and that's one of the hard bits about this deck. So you could choose to go with the Meteorologist route. So this is where you do 1 damage to all enemies, randomly based on how many cards are in your hand. The first Meteorologist costs 6, but then all the others cost 1 with the Pilgrim. And that, this is typically a good strategy against aggressive decks when you want to clear the board. Another strategy is to use Cloud Prince, which does 6 damage to anything. You want to aim that at the face. This is a very good strategy against control decks. You can just keep on whacking him in the face for 6 damage over and over again, using Pilgrim to make 1-mana Cloud Princes. Now, this deck isn't a 1-turn kill deck, so you need methods to stall. So being able to play Frost Nova over and over again helps. Being able to play Ice Block over and over again helps. You can also stall with Lower Theb for spells, but you can also stall with Boom Pistol Bully. And Boom Pistol Bully is actually a really key card to have in the mirror match. One thing to keep in mind with this deck is if your opponent plays a Lower Theb against you, it actually doesn't do very much because you're just playing Pilgrims and Minions. When they play a Boom Pistol Bully against you, then you're in big trouble. So that's basically how the deck works. So let's look over to how Sluzzle is doing. So it looks like Sluzzle is up against a Jade Druid. And it looks like Sluzzle's on a pretty good track here. He's got the Pilgrim on 8. The Emperor, though, is a little bit weird. Not sure what to expect of the Emperor here. So notice how on that last turn when Sluzzle drew, he drew Potion of Illusion, but because he had the Sphere of Sapience up, he was able to shove that back into the deck. So Sluzzle is able to start his combo, start his chain going on turn 8 here with the Pilgrim. So what he'll do here is he'll just play the Pilgrim, do the Potion. And I would anticipate that Sluzzle is going to take the Lower Theb route, just to basically stall out his opponent as much as possible. Ooh, Pelkelt though, I think he's still going to go with the Pilgrim. There's the Potion. So now he's got the 1/1 Pilgrim, and so next turn he could go, if that 5/5 lives, then he'll probably go Pilgrim into Potion to get 2 more Pilgrims. and then he would probably play the Loatheb and then play another Pilgrim to get a 1-mana Loatheb. Now in this case, it looks like his opponent's going to kill... Oh, he's going to Poison Seeds it. This is actually a big problem because now Sluzzle's going to be stuck with Treants in his hand, which is pretty frustrating. So he goes with the potion, gets a Treant and a Pilgrim. He's got to be careful of the hand size. Looks like he's going to go for the Loatheb, and this guarantees that the Loatheb and the Pilgrim come back to hand. His hand size is at 9, and it looks like he's just going to dump Treants. One issue with this deck is your hand size can get really clunky because a lot of your defense tools, you don't necessarily need them in the late game. So it's correct here for Sluzzle to start just throwing out stuff he doesn't want. Now his opponent very strategically chose to not kill anything, and that's actually quite problematic for Sluzzle because those Treants are really in the way. So Sluzzle plays the Porkelt. This guarantees that he's going to draw a Pilgrim next turn, and the turn after the Meteorologist. I also like how he pings off the Treant here, and it looks like he's just hand dumping.
Whoops.
So Sluzzle would love to see a Plague here, I could imagine. Oh, it's Linecracker Druid. Okay. Well, that explains the Emperor Thaurissan. Okay, can Turtle Mage beat this? I don't think they can. It's too much armor, right? His opponent could be bluffing. They might not have the Earthen Scales. Oh.
Amazing.
Okay, they had it the whole time. They were just bluffing. So Sluzzle's opponent has 1,303 armor. That's a bit of a problem. I think there's no harm in trying, I guess. So it looks like he's going to trade off some items he doesn't want. What's the path he should take here, though? Because I don't think the Boom Pistol Bully is particularly useful, so I guess he just goes for Loathebs. The issue here is he doesn't have the Meteorologist yet, and I don't know what happened to the Cloud Prince. I don't know where that went. I wasn't paying attention. I believe he used it to clear the Emperor Thaurissan. Yes, that's correct. It was my understanding that there were 2 Cloud Princes in this deck, but I guess there were only 1. So Sluzzle's only way to win here is Meteorologist. The question is, how is he going to get the Meteorologist set up with such a clunky hand and a board full of stuff he doesn't want? Now, his opponent is actually pretty smart playing the 1/2s here, because this means that there's actually less stuff for Sluzzle to trade into. If his opponent played the 2 1/5s, Sluzzle could trade off 5 of his minions here. In this case, it looks like he can only trade off 4. So he's getting rid of the Mana Save because that's no good. Now the issue here is because of the hand size, he can't Meteorologist, because if he Meteorologist now, and then he Pilgrims, he would get a Loatheb and a Meteorologist. I think he misplayed.
I'm almost out of cards.
Yeah, Sluzzle just threw. He threw pretty hard just then. I mean, he's going to lose anyway, probably. But he should have gone Meteorologist into Pilgrims, because he had the extra Pilgrims in hand. So let's see if he learns his lesson. Sluzzle. Come on. No, what are you doing? Sluzzle. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. I should mention that this is a deck that is outside of Sluzzle's comfort zone. He usually jams Even Shaman, Odd Paladin, maybe a bit of Big Priest. It seems that he's really messed up here. Well, he got the boom pistol bully out.
Out of cards.
But I mean, there's literally no way Sluzzle can smash through that armor. His opponent is just going to keep on hero powering the face.
Hand over the goods.
And because Sluzzle's filling up his own board and there's nothing to trade into, it's just really awkward. Okay, well the meteorologist is finally off. However, he didn't bounce it. Yeah, there's no way Sluzzle wins this. So, if you want to try this deck out for yourself, you'll find the deck code in the description below. And if you want to give Sluzzle some support, and me, you can click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and until next time, hope to see you again.